Welcome to the Dad Livin Podcast. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. Hosted by four best friends who are dads first and storytellers second. We dive into the real, messy, hilarious side of fatherhood. From diaper disasters to teenage drama, work-life balance to building a legacy, we keep it real, fun, and meaningful. Whether you're a rookie dad or a pro, this is your weekly reminder you're not alone. Grab a drink, kick back, and join the conversation.
Welcome, everybody.
Dad
Livin.
Memorial Day Part 2.
Memorial Day Part 2. Garage Party.
Let's go.
All right. So we talked about Father's Day last episode. This episode, it's going to be all about friendship over 35.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
as you get older, friendship. How about
Well,
that?
we've known each
Well, I don't
other
wanna
for
put a number
quite a
on it.
while.
I mean, and I think there's different, dads out there that are probably younger, have a few kids already in the hustle and bustle. So it doesn't have to be over 35. I think, it's for us over 35, over 40 at this point. I mean,
Hey, stop. Not yet.
not
man.
yet. You got a few days.
I got 6 days.
6 days,
6 days.
which by the way, we'll be in Mexico for your 40th.
Viva Mexico. Let's
Yes,
go.
heck yeah.
Tequila, por favor.
So, but I think for the dads out there that have a few kids and that are, well, great, you might be in the same boat as us. Life gets crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Your friendship becomes harder, and you have to be a lot more selective about your friends and who you are. And I think for us, we have such an awesome tight knit group. We have a chat going with probably 10 of our best friends, and we love each other. And it is so hard for us to all get together. Today is the day that we're all going to get together, which is so fun, but it happens so rare. I mean, Memorial Day, 4th of July,
Yeah, those are
maybe
probably,
Christmas, right?
Those are,
Is
kind of the givens.
is that like our three
Just
times
the
that we get
givens,
together?
Yeah, well, yeah, that usually everybody gets together.
Everybody
I think that's about
participates,
right. Yeah, I was honestly shocked about today that everybody was able to make it, which
Oh,
is going to be
dude.
super fun.
I, in true fashion, I texted the guys and was like, "Hey, we'll be, doing this." And I think like a couple guys responded, but then all of the wives were like, "Yes, what? We're going to bring this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to be this." And it was like, I think that is I put that on my notes. That is such a sign of being a dad and a guy in today's hustle and bustle world, right? I mean, a lot of cases, like answering a text can be tough.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Keeping up with your
especially for you,
friends.
Doug.
Half my
Huh?
problem.
Doug,
Oh, dude,
Doug is the
horrible,
struggle bus.
Doug, yeah.
of
I'm horrible.
Well, see, the problem is you text and I read it and then I get distracted and I forget to reply.
You
and
know
then
they
it's
have
like,
like a mark unread on these phones
I
now, right?
try,
Yeah.
man. But my phone's being used right now, I guarantee I have 20 unread because I do that. I read them and I'll be like, unread.
I
and
gotta
then
respond to
fucking
that.
3 days later, I'll respond.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
guilty as charged. Absolutely. So, I think as we kind of look at this and talk about this, I mean, the biggest challenge is just being able to pick up the phone sometimes. And, you got to really rely on your friends. So we're going to talk about that. And, a lot of guys out there don't have the situation we're in. We've known each other for
We've
how
said
long?
this so many times. Like, we are lucky. We should preface this. Like, we all grew up together, went to high school together, stayed in the same town. Like, I think about you, Brian. Like, if you moved to KC for a little bit, if you would have never came back, like, what would have happened?
I forgot you
know?
moved to Kansas City.
Yeah. A lot of people are, they spread out and lose touch, and we've been fortunate. But, I've been seeing a lot of like threads on, chats, forums, and stuff, and like, I'm part of this Facebook group of, it's a guys only group, and every week there's somebody like, hey, like, I'm just looking to hang out with somebody. I got nobody to hang out with.
Right.
Like,
Oh, that'd be horrible.
Right.
and like,
Uh-huh.
I think as we become dads, I think a struggle for a lot of people is they lose touch of, they feel they struggle with losing a part of who they were before kids,
Yeah.
and giving up things that they used to do that they might not be able to anymore. And they don't know how to cope with that, how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody close to reach out to get together, that can be a struggle.
Yeah, you got to keep a little
That's-
piece for yourself.
I was going to
you
say,
know?
yeah. I mean, it's all about decisions and priorities.
Mhm.
You've got to make sure you prioritize yourself.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because if you don't, then you can find yourself in that situation very, very quickly. But
yeah.
I think that's the good thing I would say about us over the years is we always try to find time, and it seems like everybody plays up at certain times in our lives based on what's going on trying to reach out and keep you connected and making sure that we're finding time to hang out. And sometimes months go by. I mean, we had a big break. You talked about it a couple episodes ago. Everybody had a lot of things going on, kids, family, you name it. And but there was glue that kept it together. At least we were communicating via text or getting phone calls from everybody. And those are the things that, even though we're not meeting in person, I think it's helped stitch us and keep us together over the years.
Think back like 10, 15 years ago, like before kids, it was just like we were keeping in touch all week. Like basically, whose house are we going to this weekend?
Yeah,
where are we hanging out at? Like it was a matter of like where and when, not like how are we going to get together?
That's true.
Kids,
That's
no
true.
kids.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. No. And it seemed, even back then, it seemed tough, right? Now, when you fast forward, it's like, wow, holy cow! Like now it seems so easy, right? So
yeah,
I don't know.
Back then it seemed easy. Yeah, it's still hard now. I think. I mean, you got to put stuff on. I mean, even sometimes we put stuff on the calendar and it falls through, or not everybody can make it. But I think the thing that we've learned is, and even doing this podcast, is we can't always be together. But if certain people can, that's okay. Like it, of course we love to be together as a group. There's no doubt about that. We have a lot of fun, but sometimes you just, if it's one-on-one, that's good enough too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think too, so as I was looking at it, like, recent surveys say that, the average dad out there has 4 close friends. So obviously, we're here. But 1 in 10 stay close with those friends. So it naturally falls off, which is the toughest thing. So you got to think about that statistically. 1 in 10 may have 4 close friends, but rarely engage or see them.
Yeah.
Like, we're blessed, guys, to have this and to be able to see each other so much. Even if it takes a couple months for us to get together, that's still statistically more than what other dads go through, right?
Yeah.
At our age.
I mean, I reflect back. I think we all do. We've got friends that have unfortunately fallen off, and that's shame to us, shame to them. We don't always reach out, but it's also, there's a lot going on in all of our lives, and it's okay to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
And, unfortunately, as much as friendships has been built, but life goes on too. And you got to be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I was younger, there was always this like fear of missing out. If you guys were getting together and I couldn't be there, I thought it was like, oh man, fuck, I'm not going to be their friends anymore or something. As we get older, it's like the power of saying no, like, is so much. I mean, you have to protect your time.
Yeah.
I agree.
Use it wisely. And we've all grown and matured together where, I mean, we're not doing a lot of the same stuff we did 20 years ago, and that's good.
Probably good. Liver already still hates me
Right,
for all the abuse.
It's like finding those things that, I mean, we're always going to have a connection, but like, how do we keep that going forward? Whether it's, hey, we got to just hang on to golf, that's our only thing, or something,
Or our guys trip.
Yeah, our guys trip.
We got guys trips. Luckily, we've got this podcast now, which even through our little hiatus, we still found our way back together, which we knew we were going to do. It's just life happens.
I bet you a lot don't though. Like my guess would be like, most would be like, it's been like 3 months, we're done. We were just like, nope, we're still doing it. We just took a little break, coming right back.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing too. So, and I think, as I was looking at this, like talking about today in today's world, I don't know if it has a correlation. I'm big on statistics and data. But back in the 90s, so if you remember our parents, on average, so according to survey data, dads had 6 or more close friends that they stayed in contact with that were our age and our similar situation, which is just, you kind of start to think about it. Is it today's world? Is it work and getting busier? Is it, I know for me, my dad didn't have all the extra BS that I have with work and having to work on nights and weekends. My dad, when he clocked out at 3:30, he was done.
I think that's how most dads were. You were able to leave work at home, and now you're just being connected constantly. Work never stops.
I think that's that's the truth.
And guilty as charged. Like I try to keep things separate just from a personal work perspective, but I'm always checking to make sure that I'm keeping up with things and all that. And that's a distraction that takes away from friends and family and everything else. But it's the world we live in now.
And that's ultimately what I put down when life shrinks your circle, like automatically. And you talk about work, you talk about sports, you talk about all those things that we've talked about. Ultimately, life shrinks your circle. And I love that kind of phrase, because when I read it and I started diving in the stats, I'm like, oh my God, yes. And immediately, work, sports. Yes, I played a lot of sports, but I felt like club sports wasn't around until I was 12 or 13, until I was older. Now, I mean, heck, I have Gus in ice hockey. We're talking about Adeline and club soccer at age 7, which is going to be a huge commitment for us. And immediately I'm seeing this circle shrink.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, out of necessity.
A friendship
Yeah.
circle shrink. So I think to kind of summarize, immediately I started thinking about the last few months and everything Johnson and you and I talked about in the last episode, and then bringing you guys together. I'm like, that's it. That's exactly what it is. And I feel like today's world, there's so many different forces that are trying to close that circle or trying to make it tighter. According to the data.
Yeah.
I mean, I look back at my parents, like growing up early on, they still hung out with their high school friends. They were a tight group. And then like when I got to be about 8, 9, maybe 10, those families were going through divorces already and breaking up. And like, we started gravitating to the families that we were all playing ball with together. And those are still my parents' friends today.
Yeah.
And I look at it today, like, if I'm like I'm not looking to meet a new friend, but like if it's somebody I'm going to spend time with and keep a dialogue, are our kids the same age? Are they in the same clubs or sports together? If not, that's probably going to be a struggle.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Like 100%.
Yeah. We've gone through the same thing even just recently. Like I was like, I don't have time for more friends. Like I don't have the time to dedicate to talk to people and build that relationship. But to your point, like, also your kids go to, a different school. They, I'll take one, buddy.
Fine. If we're getting them, just whatever.
Yeah.
Just
right back.
Beers
Kelsey brothers. Thank you. Still drinking these garage beers, but, no, going back, like I was like, I don't think I have time for this. But then all of a sudden you start seeing your kids and how they interact with those kids. And those are the kids from school. And you do somehow find time, because it's also meant about, making sure you've got a good family balance, and your kids are getting to grow up with friends that hopefully they get to do things like this that we do. And you start thinking about that.
Your kids are part of that now too. So
it all goes together. Cause like I said, I was in the mindset, like, I don't have time for new friends, but I mean, you do, honestly. And it's tough to keep old friends close to as your kids are going, all of our kids go to somewhat different schools and they're involved in different teams, but they all know each other too, which is what's really good, is we still find the time, even if it's just a couple times over the years. Our kids know not just this group of friends and their kids, but our extended group that's out there at the pool right now, and that's something special. And I think it just takes somehow dedication. And
I agree.
I don't know.
Well,
we're fortunate.
And I think too, some of my notes, like, remember, it's a two-way street. I talk about with my wife a lot of cases. It's like she makes such an effort with her friends, and she doesn't have the same group dynamic that we do. She just doesn't, and it actually affects her negatively and emotionally, which is tough. But I also kind of say it in this case, like, it's a two-way street. You reach out to them, and they aren't reaching out to you. You obviously have to force that, or just bring it up, and you have nothing to lose and everything to gain at that point. If that friend is too busy and life gets them down and they don't want to spend time with you, then so be it. Like, you got to let go of that friendship, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, like, as I was looking at a lot of the stories and what's happening out there, it's right around the time where you have kids, that your friendships drop off because your priorities shift naturally, right? and work gets busier, your hustle and bustle gets busier, weekends get tighter. So I think just keeping that in mind. Don't get upset. Don't especially if you're the one not reaching out to your friends. Know your tight circle, and at the end of the day, just being able to understand, like, if I'm reaching out and they're not reaching out to me, then maybe it's not meant, not right now, at least meant to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, when you're younger, like, friendships like sustain out of convenience a lot of times, I think. And when it becomes inconvenient, when kids are in the picture, like, we all had a good friend that was like part of all of our weddings, and we did everything together. And then as soon as kids are around, like, we don't see him anymore. And it's like, that really sucks. I thought we had a deeper bond than that, and I wanted you to be there to see my kids grow up,
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, back in the 90s, the average friendships is higher. Is that part of technology where it's like, well, instead of like meeting up and having a beer, it's just a quick text and it's done, like,
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Is, like, I think back, like, it takes a village, like, just more small, tight knit communities, like, we're there for each other. And now it's like, you don't know half your neighbors most of the time. And
right.
The expectations of dads are different too. Back when our dads were dads, like now the expectation is, and I'm fine with it, is like, you're involved in like everything. I think that was way less so with our parents, like, than it is now. So you probably had more time to, go play darts with your buddies or, whatever. So not saying anything against our dads. It was just a different time and a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I think too, and in a lot of cases, I feel like for some people out there, they may be also looking at their friends on social media. And I've mentioned this before, like, one of the biggest books that has kind of changed me personally has been Mel Robbins' Let Them, where she talks about this complex of sitting on her couch and looking at her friends being on vacation. She's like, why the hell am I not there? What the hell's going on? And then she starts to realize, once again, well, I haven't reached out. I haven't connected with them. I've been busy with family and work and in the hustle and bustle. So why should I get upset? Why should I let myself emotionally get down? And I feel like when we talk about our kids, we talk about ourselves, we like everything that we've been through, especially for us as millennials. There was a time where we didn't have the internet, and we remember that. And then there's the time that now we have all this connectivity, which is awesome, but it's also a double-edged sword. It can go the other way. And I feel like a lot of people out there, they may be looking at their friends that are getting together and saying, well, fuck them, or I don't want to deal with them, or this or that. Like, some of the emotional stuff.
I agree.
And they just close it off. And there you go. There's the divide.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. So if you're out there and you're thinking about that, or you see your friends doing some stuff, just look back the last time you called your friends, or connected with them, or stopped by, or, had a drink. I know, once again, it's tough. And there's a lot of stuff that causes conflict there, but just being able to pick up the phone and saying, hey, like, how's everything going? You want to connect? Like, I talked to Johnny about you being the glue last time. Like, that couldn't be more true, because you're typically the first one that texts to all of us and saying, hey, are we getting together, or what's going on here, or how's everyone doing? Like, simple things like that make a world of difference. And I think for all of us, we're willing to commit to it and say, let's get together, or let's do this. Right. So,
yeah. I mean, what if we didn't? What if we just were going about our own ways? And I mean, I think you have to put a value on friendship where you still make the effort. And sometimes we're tired and we got a bunch of shit going on, but as soon as we're all together, and like you said earlier, Brian, it's like, oh man, I needed this so bad.
I did. Yeah.
It's been a while. So
it has.
We're seeing our friends come in. We're in the garage. So I'm having a pool party today, and I'm seeing everyone. I'm like excited to see everyone. We haven't been together in a while. Right.
Yeah.
So this is cool, but yeah. So I'm excited for everything.
You got to make that effort. There's no doubt. I also think we've got something unique, and I hate to always go back on, us, versus what everybody else can be doing. But we do have, I think this group of friends has been through some shit that not a lot of group of friends have gone through over the years. And the way that we've supported each other and had to stay close just says something about that. There's, I think that's unique, and unfortunately in a bad way, some of the stuff that's happened, there's no doubt about that. But we're always here for each other. I mean, I've been going through stuff with my family and, sent something out to our group text, and then each one of you has reached out on the group text or individually, seeing what you can do. And like, that's unique and it means a lot. And I think we've done that over the years, no matter what the situation is, how difficult or how easy. It just says something about, I think, our friendship and our bond, and it goes a long way. So if there's people like that in your life, that maybe you've drifted away from, reach out. Like it means a lot. And even if it's been a little bit of time, a simple, how's it going? Hey, checking in. I know it's been a while. It means it can change things really quickly.
Yeah.
And, make it for the better. I don't know.
Yeah. Perfect. Well said. Well said.
100%.
So, yeah. Well, and to that point, I mean, there's been moments that we almost drifted as a friend group. Like we talk about you moving to Kansas City. I'm not saying that would have kept us.
Yeah, but it could have been.
It could have been, right? And Deutman, your schedule, I put this down in notes, like your schedule is
sucks.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah. But we find ways and we plan around it.
And what did you say right before we came on? All of your friends are typically friends with.
Oh yeah, cops are notorious for only having like cop friends, and like it's just like part of the cop culture and stuff. And like I decided at a younger age or earlier on that like I can't do that. It's not because like I don't like my friends or my coworkers at work. It's just like when cops get together, they just dwell on like the calls that all the shitty stuff work that we do. And like, I got enough problems. I don't need to like rehash this stuff constantly when I'm with my coworkers and stuff like that. So like I made a decision early on, like I'm going to invest more time into my friends that are outside of my job and stuff like that. So like you guys have certainly gotten a lot more. What little attention I can give, you guys have certainly gotten a lot more. It's not like I don't like hanging out with my coworkers or so I have some good friends that are really good cops, but I've just decided to invest my time elsewhere with that, because I just don't want that dragging me down. Like I got enough mental health issues as we've gone through before in previous episodes. Like I don't need to make it worse, certainly. And we all fall into that, like as first responders. Like you want to be around people that are just like you, and that might be like the worst thing possible for you, because you forget what it's like to be like normal.
Yeah.
Not normal in quotes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, none of us are completely normal, but
I'm sure you guys have all heard you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if I ever shared this with you guys, but like when I was getting into the entrepreneurial mode, I thought like I had to level up and get in these different circles of people that were doing big things, and I struggled with that for a while, because it's like, well, that doesn't mean I can't spend time with my old friends anymore. And like when I look at it now, it's like, well, I'm blessed to have you guys. Like, you're all very successful people, great family men. You have great head on your shoulders, and like, well, I'm happy to be in that average.
Literally the definition of success. You don't have to make 6 figures or 7 figures to be successful. No, certainly don't.
I agree. I agree. Well, and I think too, like as we look at all this stuff, for us 4 and our kind of group of 10 that I like to call it. The one common bond is we all would, on a drop of a dime, be there for one another. Like regardless of the fact, if we called, I feel like that is the bond that you have. And for a lot of people out there, I was reading so many stories about, obviously losing friendship for negative reasons, whether it was addiction or, not having a common fit or just not having that friendship support them. So if you're in that situation, absolutely, like you got to take a step back and do what's right for you. But I think for us, you guys have been so instrumental. Like once again, I mean, just to pick up the phone or answer a text or go out and have a beer when I think any of us are stressed or in a tough spot, is a good balance, especially with family and all these things. Like, I mean, it's just been great. Yeah. So
I know one of the things you sent before, for the show to think about was like any times that we may have like drifted away from each other. And I was sitting there and I was like, damn, I don't think there's one. There might have been time like, I moved to Kansas City and I didn't see everybody or didn't talk to everybody all the time, but that didn't mean, what I did. Yeah. If you came and visit, if you couldn't visit, but it's a personal decision too, to not hold a grudge and be like, oh, you never came and saw me, or I didn't talk to you all the time. Like, that's a decision you have to make as well. And you make the most of when you do get together. Right. Like and maybe this is where this might be a little controversial, but I think where guys are different than girls in some ways. Like, we don't let, at least in this group, I'm sure we've all done things that have pissed each other off. I mean, I'm 100% sure of it over the years, but we don't let that be the deciding factor. And it doesn't come down to a point to where it's like, I have to say sorry about that. It's like, was it that we reflect? Was it that big of a deal? You move on and we keep going because we know that what we have is bigger than that one particular thing. But I think out of the four of us, it's crazy to think that there hasn't been like a significant event.
I broke up a fist fight between you two.
No, he was trying to burn me with a cigarette. The cigarette assassin.
I think you may.
But
have
I also ran my mouth a little bit.
We were young and dumb.
Young and dumb.
Alcohol can do
young
those
and dumb.
and then,
but now now
chugging
growing
Fireball
old,
and
ridiculous now.
Yeah, it was over
but yeah, I mean,
stuff.
we squash it and we move on.
Yeah,
it's not we don't hold grudges.
Exactly.
Well, and no, and I agree. And I think the
cigarette
other
assassin.
cigarette assassin.
Shit, that cabin trip was fun.
Woo! We had everything that trip. I think we had Palazola.
Yeah, the coyote shit.
There were some. Yeah,
anyways,
we won't go into detail.
Didn't you dump out all of the lamp oil in the fire? I'm pretty sure, and we didn't have any oil to light the lamps.
Me?
Yeah, no, Doug.
I was like, probably.
And Doug denied it, and then there was a picture of him with the oil just doing this. Like, nope, that was you.
That's what happens. What were we? 16, 17?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, God,
18 at the most.
Definitely not grown in understanding things. But
I've been chugging a bottle of Fireball.
I still can't drink Fireball.
Yeah.
Still can't.
I got some Fireball right after this, Dwight.
I do got some.
I'll do it, but I'm gonna hate it.
We're gonna light it up.
All right, we're drifting here.
Okay, so to bring it back, final piece, and this is I think to kind of step outside the box. All right, because a lot of you listeners out there, they may not have a tight knit friends group. So if we didn't have this close group, how different do you think dad life would be?
Oh man, it could feel really lonely, dude.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it earlier about like people just like trying to reach out, but like they just don't have anybody. That sounds horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
Just horrible.
I don't know what I would do, man.
You'd have to continue to find things that you're interested in outside of your family and build. So, you've got to find common interests. I mean,
right?
That's what it comes down to. And so if you don't have that, then what does make you happy? How can you find groups that are involved in similar things? Because you're going to find people that like what you like, that have families that are going through things, and you build it off of that. But
right.
I mean, that would be my recommendation.
I mean, like something I don't do it anymore. Like we played softball for years, and like that used to be like, all right, at least I know like one day a week I'm going to get out and see some guys and have some fun, and like just staying active, finding some group to, whether it's an activity or support group or.
I think the easiest way to start, honestly, is just like with your neighbors, like just due to proximity alone. If you don't have any other people, just like look at your neighbors around you. Like you're bound to find somebody that's close to your age. Your kids are the same age. Like we all live, not everybody, but we all live in like close proximity to people. Yeah. And I'm like a culprit of that. Like out of all the people on my street, like I only know and really hang out with like one family. But I mean, I have you guys and other people. So, but like, if you really don't have anybody, just go talk to your neighbors, strike up a conversation. Like, hey, you want to grab a beer or something? Like sit in the garage, and you'd be shocked by how similar you are with just somebody that lives 2 houses away.
I agree. Yeah. Well, and I think to that point, like there's so many different levers, like Oscar, if you mentioned commonalities of interest, like if you enjoy playing sports, like if you enjoy playing volleyball, maybe sign up for a local team, and I think naturally you create camaraderie there. Like you may grab a drink, or if you don't drink, you may just hang out right after the game. Like that can create bonds and and certainly and create that friendship. Neighbors are a big piece there. But also like looking at your past friendship, and if things have drifted or changed, sometimes just reaching out with a call, not a text, a call, could absolutely help in that case, and just re-engaging, reigniting that friendship in that case. So
I think you got to choose your circle wisely too as you get older. I mean, we my wife and I have a friend that she doesn't have kids, and they're out doing stuff. Her circle of friends is so much bigger, and it's just like it's to me it's overwhelming. I'm like, I don't know how you keep up with that.
Yeah.
And luckily we have us. I'm sure all of us have a couple other close friendships outside of our old circle too. But when you're a busy dad, you only have so much time for so many people, to have a deep relationship with. So
I agree. It's that what we talked about last time. It's that piece of the pie. Like at the end of the day, you have work that takes up stuff. You have your family that takes up stuff, and you got to understand what piece of the pie that you can give to that, the friendship, and understand exactly what that priority level is. And for us, obviously we make that time, we make that wedge, but for people out there, they may be fully done by the time they get down with that. And then they think 10 years later, why don't I have any friends? Why don't I have any of this camaraderie? Or you may be listening to this and saying, well, I don't have that. It's like, well, find it. And you absolutely can.
I'd like to add too, like, hopefully, I see a lot of dads that are just seem like they're constantly trying to escape, get away from their family, get away from their wife. And, hopefully you get so much fulfillment out of your family, you don't feel like you need to do that.
I agree.
But male bonding is still an important factor where I feel like you do need that.
You do.
But it shouldn't be everything, So if you're in a spot where you moved away from all your family and friends and it's hard to make new friendships, hopefully, you can lean into your family, and that's your core. That's the most important thing. So
yeah. Well, and comment, reach out to us. Like, I mean, I know we can't be there for everyone and everything, but sometimes it's just a little voice. Sometimes that can help mentally in that case, right?
Yes, sir.
You bet.
So with that being said, we're going to close out this episode.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go jump in the pool, baby.
Cannonball.
We're going to do some pool, some swimming, have some drinks and have some fun for sure. Don't forget, if you're out there, comment on, just what you think. You're in a circle, how you stay connected. There's probably ways that we didn't talk on because we're trying to think outside of the box and think of some different scenarios, but absolutely comment on just what you think and how you stay connected with your friends out there. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to follow us on, YouTube. And then also we're on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. So don't forget to follow us there as well and drop a comment.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
We'd love to hear from you.
Good stuff, guys.
All right. Cheers to everyone out there.
Take care.
See y'all.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.